Welcome to Simufur 1301. These videos are intended for drivers who are new to our leagues and may not be familiar with some of our policies and procedures. This video covers the safety car and code 50s. This video is specific to our Assetto Corsa Competizione championships and may not reflect our official policies in other games. For more information on other games, see our sporting regulations or ask a senior steward. By the end of this video, hopefully you will understand how to identify the safety car, how the safety car will behave while deployed, how to drive under safety car conditions, what a code 50 is, how to drive under a code 50, and how each of them tie together. So, first things first, how do you identify the safety car? In most series that run a safety car, the safety car will be a white BMW M2 ClubSport with blue and yellow detailing, and if you have liveries downloaded, the words safety car will be painted in all capital letters on the bonnet, rear bumper, and both doors. However, if a series uses the BMW M2 ClubSport as a racing vehicle, another car may be chosen. If this occurs, it will be communicated to you in a driver's briefing or a steward's announcement beforehand. In most cases, the safety car will be parked at or near the pit exit sign, the one that tells you that you're exiting the 50 km/h zone. This is probably going to be your best time to get a good look at what you're looking for if it gets deployed. So, what sort of behavior should you expect to see from the safety car? During the first lap, the safety car will usually be tagging along at the rear, watching the pack to make sure that a lap 1 turn 1 incident that causes its deployment can be dealt with on that lap. It'll stop short of any incident that occurs in front of it, such as a car spun off, and wait for it to be cleared. Outside of the first lap, the safety car's movements on track are more predictable. It will maintain a speed of between 90 and 110 km/h for the most part, and will be leading the grid. The hazard flashers may or may not be on, depending on if it's expected to go in this lap. And outside of that, it'll mostly be parked near the pit exit as previously stated. So, how do you safely drive under safety car conditions? Well, when a safety car is called over race controller in-game text chat, you are expected to reduce your speed and you are forbidden from overtaking. We don't expect you to immediately drop to 90 km/h. We want you to be able to catch up to the safety car, but at a speed that you have complete control of the car. Once you catch up to the safety car, or the queue behind it, you are expected to stay single file and behind the car ahead of you unless you're actively in the process of entering the pit lane. You may not pass any car without explicit instruction from race control if you're outside of the pit lane. If you are leaving the pits and the queue behind the safety car is in the process of passing you, you are expected to file in at the next available spot at the back of the queue. On the track, again, you are expected to stay single file or staggered single file behind the car in front of you. You'll want to leave ample room in front in case the car ahead stops short or makes an unexpected maneuver, and you'll want to have a plan to avoid it if that does happen. On the final lap of safety car conditions, the safety car will turn off its hazard flashers near the end of the first sector, and race control will announce that the car will be entering the pits that lap around the end of the second sector. Once it is announced that the safety car is waving off, or the safety car puts on its turn indicator to signal it is entering the pit lane, all cars are free to overtake the safety car, but not each other. At this point, the lead car will control the pace of the field. If you are the lead car, know that once you accelerate, you may not make any sudden decelerations. You are expected to keep it smooth, including if there is a corner between you and the timing line. Once the lead car crosses the timing line, the green flag will be called out, and once you yourself cross the timing line, you're free to overtake cars ahead of you. So, what's a code 50? A code 50 is a derivative of a procedure in the Outtake 24-hour series. In the 24-hour series, there is a procedure on the books called a code 60. When that is called, the field is limited to 60 km/h and overtaking is prohibited. In the Outtake series, it's intended to bridge the gap between a local yellow and a full course yellow or a safety car, so that an incident that warrants a safety car can instead be run under the code 60 rules. In Simufur, the code 50 is almost identical in procedure to Outtake's code 60, with exception to the speed limit. All cars are limited to 50 kilometers per hour, not 60. In addition, due to the short length of Simufur races compared to the races in the 24-hour series, where the shortest is 6 hours, the code 50 is used to bridge the gap between a safety car deployment and a red flag so that incidents or conditions that warrant a red flag can allow all drivers to continue driving without having to red flag the event. So, how do you drive under code 50 conditions? Well, as I said earlier, the track speed limit is 50 kilometers per hour for the full circuit and overtaking is prohibited. As soon as a code 50 is called, you are expected to immediately slow down to first gear and engage your pit lane speed limiter. You'll likely only have a grace period of a couple of seconds to do this. Remember that, as of this video, only one car can engage the pit lane speed limiter in second gear, and that's the BMW M2 ClubSport. Once the field is under the speed limit, race control will then decide when to lift the code 50 and green flag the race. When they do, you'll almost always be given a time for the green flag. For example, if race control says code 50 will end at 53:22, code 50 will end at 16:15 remaining, then the field will go green the instant the time remaining display shows 53 minutes and 22 seconds remaining. So, how does it all tie together? Both a code 50 and a safety car deployment are ways for the race administrators to be able to handle bad incidents, especially lap 1 turn 1 incidents, in a way that allows all drivers to fix their car and rejoin the race without having to red flag the session and restart it. This is especially for when an incident happens in the middle of the pack. If the race were red flagged then, it would mean that any drivers ahead of the incident who had position gains would be right back to square one. And sometimes, there's no safety car available for a series, or it was planned without one in mind. When that happens, the race director still has a code 50 in their toolbox to allow racing to continue without having to erase anyone's progress and force them to slog through another formation lap. And it means that for you, as a driver, don't have to worry too much about any position gains you made in the first corner of the first lap being completely erased. Thanks for watching. I'm Andreas, and this has been an episode of Simufur 1301. We hope you found this video informative, and we hope to see you out on the track. One lap of green, then safety car. Alright.
Denek has a weird obsession with the rear end of my car.
It's a nice okay?
That's Denek. He has a weird obsession with everybody's car. That's kind of how we got married.
Yeah.